From Cumbria to Hollywood, Stan Laurel was one of the funniest men on screen. His classic movie partnership with Oliver Hardy, now part of cinema legend. But he never forgot his roots in northeastern England, and tomorrow, a collection of rare photographs and memorabilia will be put up for auction there by his nephew. Huntley Jefferson Woods first met his uncle way back in 1952. Now he's decided to sell a range of souvenirs, including signed photographs of Stan Laurel with his British family. Safraz Mansour reports.
When I was young and I was at school, and you said, well, my Uncle Stan Laurel, people would either laugh or say, I am the Duke of Marlborough.
Huntley Woods was 29 when he met his uncle, Stan Laurel.
I only met him the once in 52, but he came over to me as quite an ordinary guy, you know, interested in everybody and no big star thing about him at all, you know.
Wood's mother, Olga Beatrice, was Stan's younger sister. That's her on the right. Even when he was one half of the greatest comedy double act of all time, Stan took time out to write to his sister.
Thank you.
The photographs were passed on to Huntley, who has decided to auction them off. They go under the hammer tomorrow morning.
Excuse me, please. My ear is full of milk. Brush that off.
The reason these are more valuable is these have been signed to particular people, to his families, to me, for in one instance, to my mother, Olga, and other people that are like personal things, you know, as opposed to autographed photographs. I think they show that he was an affectionate person, quite ordinary and humble sort of thing, you know, which you don't always have in stars, do you, you know? I forget where they began sometimes.
Not Stan. Although he found his fame in Hollywood, Stan Laurel never forgot that he came from the Northeast.
Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy greeting their audience with old world charm.
Years later, when his film career was over, he visited Britain with Oliver Hardy on theatre tours and publicity visits. But just as Stan left the region, now his photographs also look set to leave the area.
I think they should be out in the wide world for everybody to appreciate, so that as long as they end up in places where people will appreciate them and more people can see them, I'll be more than happy with that.
And if you earn a bit of cash as well?
Oh, that's of minor importance. So here.
According to the auctioneers, the collection is estimated to raise £5,000, but given the huge interest from collectors from across the world, it could go for a lot more. No doubt, somewhere in a black and white heaven, Stan Laurel is probably scratching his head in confusion and surprise.
That report from Safraz Mansour. The Home Secretary David Blunkett, in some late breaking news here, has reopened wounds between number 10 and number 11.